Hi everyone, this is Katie again. Obviously you know that if you're watching my channel. But I wanted to share with you my very first mini album that I made back in, I think it was probably September when I first started scrapping. I started scrapping in August of 2009, and I had never done a mini album before. I didn't know how to work with, anything smaller than 12 by 12 or 8 by 8 because I'd been making an album for my sister and my best friend, and that was what I was used to. But now I am a mini album fiend. I love them. So this is my very first one. I got this kit at Michael's, and it came with the binder rings, and it was a waterfall album. But I just kind of stuck. It was too much for me, so I just stuck with one size of it. And it's just of all my art, basically my photography. There's a couple graphics things in there, but that's it. Um, I got a little bit of, two pieces of ribbon on the rings. And this is a flower that I took off from a bouquet of fake flowers. And I think that's what it is. This one might be a prima. I'm not sure. Anyway, and this is from another fake flower that I just kind of cut off and put it here. So this is it. Let me show you. There's a lot of pages to it, so I'm gonna try and hurry. This is my friend Christine, and we were in her hometown, well, yeah, where she lives, in Anderson, Indiana, and this is atop a parking garage. And right back here, over that edge, it's 5 stories down onto the road, and she's sitting right there. And she was very brave, and I did not make her do it. She volunteered, and it was her idea. So, anyway, and these are the petaloo flowers, which I discovered before Primas, so they're special to me. I distressed them. I did this whole album very distressed. And got some Martha Stewart bows there. And this is Christine again, and that's just another picture I took in the parking garage. And I just kind of strewn ribbons around all over the place in this album. I tore paper, and I didn't have any kind of ink pad thingy. All I didn't have any kind like this. I just had the big pad, so I took like a paper towel and dabbed it in my black ink and smudged the edges. And so then I tore some black paper and put these star rhinestones on it. Next page. And this is called Church for Sale. It's on US 31 in Indiana, between Indianapolis and South Bend. Between Indianapolis and Kokomo, I think. And it didn't look that creepy, but I had to do a lot of editing on this one. The clouds weren't there. I added those in, and I had to mask out the edge of my side view mirror, and it was raining, and there were all these raindrops on my lens, so I had to fix all those. And so you'll see one of these flowers on pretty much every page. And here we have more pictures of the church, which I also added the clouds in. And it's titled "Tonight the Sky is Painted Melancholy." That's a song from, well, not a song, but a lyric from my favorite band, Gatsby's American Dream. And I skipped a page. And these pages are all hand cut. The very first one was chipboard, but these are all just basic. These are just paper on paper. And this one there are 3 different photos there. They're titled "Broken Remnants," "The End," and "Identity Mad," and this is just song lyrics from various bands. And there's real stitching there, which I love to do. These are fun pictures. This is my favorite series I've ever done. The church series. I call it "A Tragic Fall from Grace." So, in this page, this is more. It's like one of those grates at the bottom where the basement window, and it's called "What Lies Behind." It looks really creepy. And then City Alley, and I made it look like it was night outside. It was actually bright, broad daylight. And I added a lot of rhinestones in this album to kind of offset the distressing. And these flowers came from some fake flowers that I just kind of added purple ink to. No, I didn't have any purple ink, so that's a marker. Yeah, and this is "A Tragic Fall from Grace." That's the whole title of the series of photos from that church. And this, I believe this is a K & Company kind of flourish thingy here. And this is a photo from one of my very first photo projects in college. And I'm still in school, but it's Monument Circle, downtown Indianapolis, where I live. And my professor didn't like this photo very much, which I thought it was pretty cool considering I had no experience with photography and my Photoshop skills were in dire need of improvement. But anyway, I like it. Here, these flowers I used walnut ink. Well, it's like walnut spray ink or something. And this is my sister and my brother, my now brother-in-law. They were just boyfriend girlfriend then, but it's titled "Gone," and it's song lyrics, and they say, "If misery loves company, then so long you'll miss me when I'm gone." And this was taken in a cemetery at a fresh grave where they hadn't, flattened it out and put the grass over it yet. And what I did is I took 2 photos. One is they're both in there in that position, and then I had him leave, and then I took the picture where he's in it, cut him out, and pasted him in the picture where he's not in it, and made him transparent so it looked like he was a ghost. So that's kind of confusing, but I did that again in this. I believe it's the next photo, and this one, yeah, I did the same thing in that graveyard. And it's called Ghostly, and my mom, she doesn't like this, and she says she thinks it's good, but it freaks her out. And this actually got me my internship at Maxim magazine in summer of 2007. My boss liked it so much. It was on his screensaver. The art director at the senior art director, who was my boss, had this on his screensaver, or actually it was on his desktop on the background, and it changed pictures, and this was one of them. So I felt special. This one's titled "You Must Take Me There," and this is a picture that I had some trouble cutting it out, so I ended up just making it all jumbled. I have it for sale on Etsy. It's a straight photo, but I got it because when I presented it in class, someone said, "You must take me there to that location," and so that's kind of what I decided to title it. And this is my sister again. She's actually blonde, but all the editing I did made it look like her hair is brown. This is in a stairwell in my old dorm, and I call it No Love. And this has got some fake chain around here. That's in the photo, not on the page itself. Got some clouds and a crack up there, which you can't see. It makes it look like she's sitting on water. I added the moon in the back. And then I took some paint and just went around the edges real rough. And let's see here. And this one was actually a graphic page, a graphics thing that I did. I didn't take the photo, I just edited it and did all the good stuff. I'm running out of time, so I can't really explain the process, but that was for a fake lecture that was supposed to be by Von Oliver, who designs record albums, or record covers for bands. And this is another version. I did 2, and this is the one that I went with. And there we go. That's just basically it. And this one is one my professor really liked, another professor. And let's call it Tree Line. It was so cold that day. I swear my face almost fell off. It was so cold. But he helped me do this thing, which I am obsessed with now, called the Holga effect. Or it's kind of like a vignette where it's darker around the edge like that. And then finally, our last page is called Take a Breath and You Will Pay. And that's just from a song by a band called Simeon. And it's just it's actually one photo that I split up and mixed them around, kind of jumbled, I believe. This one goes over here, and this one goes all the way over here. And this one might go in the middle, I believe. I can't remember exactly, but I had a rhinestone skull that I wanted to use. And that's pretty much it. So I want to share this with you because my style has obviously evolved, and my abilities have grown. And I just want, if you haven't tried a mini album, don't be afraid. It doesn't have to be elaborate. It can be really simple like this. Just kind of just start, ripping paper up and putting it down, and it'll turn out pretty cool. I will cherish this. I'm kind of debating on whether or not to add more ribbon and fiber to the edges, but I think I'm going to leave it because this is my first one. The cover could be a lot better, but this is, like I said, the first one I ever made, so I'm just going to leave it, I think. And it's on display. Of all the minis I have, this is one that's on display on a shelf. I've got a lot of others that I need more shelves to put them on. So anyway, that's it. Just wanted to share that with you guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.